So, Drew, you've left. You fucked off.
I'm gone. I'm not even here.
You're not even here. It's gone.
Yeah.
Forget your name already.
Is my name still up on the board?
No.
No way, you took me down. Can't see.
I think it was in the space. Yeah, we didn't need the space. We need more space. But I think as soon as you was like, so he's left.
I go just before we do that though. Like this is now. It's not Hombu Dojo podcasts. It's not questions over a beer.
Oh.
It's a hybrid.
Questions over a Hombu Dojo theory podcast.
It doesn't always have to have beer. It's just a Karate Adventures podcast, surely.
The Karate Adventures podcast. I like that. Yeah.
Karate Adventures.
We're all gonna eventually live vicariously through Rue's life because he's been doing it to us for the last 5 years.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, I've been soaking up the Budo. Yeah. And now you can soak up the adventures.
So you're off. You decided to terminate your contract here.
On a whim.
We won't get into that. Just say to the surprise of everyone.
Halfway through my sausage.
Decided to terminate your contract to travel.
Yeah.
To have some real karate and musician and jungle adventures.
So I know why it seems like it was on a whim, but we, like Ross said, we won't go into that. But it has been part of the plan from the start that I would do my time in the dojo, 5 years.
6.
You get less for murder.
I'm going to double that.
6 years. Yeah. And then I'd have my money saved and I'd go traveling. And my plan is to go and see some of the world. I caught the travel bug a long time ago, and it's been a long time coming. It's something I've always wanted to do, to make a big trip like that. So, and now since being part of the HTKI means I have loads of karate friends all over the world. So I have people to go and train with, people to go and visit, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So go on, give us the as it stands now. The dream that you have.
Is in the itinerary?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, on Friday I'm flying to New York.
Wee.
And I'm going to spend 3 weeks.
Such an Irish thing to do.
I know, yeah. Just get checked for lice at Ellis Island. Yeah.
I think they do that at Dublin Airport now. It's great.
Oh, well, I'm flying from Shannon Airport, actually.
There's American immigration in Shannon.
In Shannon,
as well.
good. Okay, yeah.
So they'll check you there.
You definitely get lice in Shannon.
I'm flying from Shannon Airport.
Are you going from Shannon because you thought, sure, I'll drive half the way?
Half the way?
Yeah, you're half, like from where you are to, that's half the way to New York, isn't it?
But I thought Shannon would be really handy. It would be closer. It turns out it's just as far from Roscommon as fucking Dublin Airport. But it's much less hassle. It's much quieter. You can park outside the front door of the airport.
Well,
and
you're selling your car tomorrow.
I'm selling my car tomorrow, so Mammy's driving me to the airport. Yeah, I'm selling my car, the old Honda Jazz. That was my Millennium Falcon. I love that car so much.
It's in the same neck as the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap. But it's my piece of crap, and it never let me down.
Yeah.
No.
It looked like it worked on special effects.
Anyway, Shannon Airport, JFK. I'm going to spend 3 weeks in New York. I'm going to meet an old friend and do some surfing. I'm going to go and train with Richard Amos, sensei, chief instructor of WTKO. And then after 3 weeks in New York, I'm going to get a plane actually to Detroit. It was way cheaper than the bus, the flight to Detroit. So, plane to
It's quite a
Detroit.
big place, you know.
Oh, huge. Yeah, massive. Yeah.
I'll tell you when the first time we came to America, when we flew into Florida and we landed at Orlando Airport and Hanif picked us up and we walked into the parking lot and he went and hugged a big pickup truck. I've never seen anything so big in my life. Pull the bolt thing down, like just...
Like, talking of Millennium Falcon, it was the largest machine besides like a JCB I'd ever seen. Huge.
And you grew up around tractors, so...
Yeah. Well, I wasn't allowed near them. But anyway.
So
Detroit.
You're gigging as well, yeah?
Get through this. Oh yeah, I've got gigs in New York. I'm playing in
class.
2 different Irish pubs in New York, so I've got 3 gigs. One in the Bronx, one in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a bit of extra cash.
Yes.
And then off to Detroit. Gonna meet Roberto Sensei, gonna do a bit of Zumba, gonna do a bit of karate, gonna see Andrea and Brian Moon. Shout out. And then after a few days in Detroit, it's over to Chicago. Going to meet my old friend Sarah in Chicago. She and her husband are going to put me up, and I'm going to play a gig in Chicago as well. 4 days in Chicago. Then it's south. I'm going to get on Amtrak. I'm going down to Memphis. I'm going to visit the King at Graceland. Okay, I have to get through this a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to check out Nashville, maybe Kentucky. Turns out I've got a cousin in Kentucky. Just found that out yesterday.
Makes sense.
But it wasn't on the. It's probably really far from Tennessee. I don't know. Anyway, New Orleans. I don't know how I'm getting to New Orleans. I planned on just getting back on the train at Memphis to get down to New Orleans. And then, when I'm in New Orleans, I'm going west into Texas. And I can't remember the order, but I think it's like Houston, Austin, Dallas. And then there's...
El Paso.
El Paso, maybe.
I took the bus from El Paso to New Orleans once.
Cool.
New Orleans.
I must try and get a gig in New Orleans as well.
I think they have musicians there, to be fair.
Yeah, probably. But then in Texas, there's a tiny town in West Texas. It's not a tiny town, it's a city, but there's a town in West Texas called Lubbock. Ever heard of Lubbock? It's way out in West Texas in the middle of the desert. And there happens to be a band called the Mountain Goats, and I've been obsessed with the Mountain Goats for 10 years. They're my favourite band ever. They are launching their new album in Lubbock, Texas on the 27th of October. So I've got a ticket to that gig. So
cool.
Lubbock, Texas, is that not about in Django? Christoph Waltz not say that like a bunch of times in Django?
Oh, does he? In Django Unchained? No, I don't remember.
Anyway, Karate Adventures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm going to see Denise Bradley in Paris, Tennessee. Yeah. So you've got karate in New York, you've got karate in Detroit, you've got karate in Tennessee. Then after Texas, I'll visit my friend in Washington State and then get a train, 40-hour train, down to San Diego. America's huge. And I'm going to spend another 3 weeks training with Steve Ubel Sensei.
3 weeks, intense training.
I can't wait.
So you can't
Hi, you probably won't.
By accident,
He'll probably be so annoyed just by me hanging about that he'll like cancel this guy. Anyway, so yeah, training with Steve Ubel Sensei. Just
when he actually swears at you, can you record it? Because no one's ever heard him swear.
That'd be amazing.
When he just goes, oh, for fuck's sake!
Usually it's just. And then my time in America is up because I can only stay for 90 days.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons. And I'm going to get on a plane in Los Angeles, flight is booked. Plane in Los Angeles to Peru. No karate in Peru. I'm going to go to the jungle, I'm going to volunteer on a farm. So I'm going to spend about a month doing that. And after that, I'm going to go to Buenos Aires. I'm going to visit HDKI Argentina. I don't know what that's going to be like. I have to send them an email.
Okay.
And
do they know you're going?
Not yet. Surely they've heard a rumour by now. I mean, everyone's talking about it.
Oh, you're going to
I assume they'll
Rio.
contact me. Oh, I am going to Rio. Buenos Aires first. Because you can fly from Lima to Buenos Aires. You can also fly to Sao Paulo, but you can't fly to Rio. If you change, a load of nonsense. So when I'm in Rio, after Buenos Aires, I'm going to visit Felipe Sensei in Rio. Big KWF guy, big Yahara guy, just for the people who aren't familiar. And do loads of training with Felipe, loads of surfing, and loads of maybe some other things, I don't know.
Felipe, you never know.
Yeah, visit the favelas.
A lot of shaving, I think.
Yeah. I've never shaved much. I don't want
That's the least of your concerns. He's going to shave.
And then up into Sao Paulo to get a flight to, I don't know where. That's as far as I've got planned.
Yeah.
That's as far as I've got like planned, and then I just know it's Asia. Probably straight to Thailand from Brazil.
Thailand?
What did I say?
Thailand?
Did I say Thailand? Thailand.
Thailand.
Probably a couple of months in Thailand. Did I say it right that time? Okay. And then I'm meeting you guys in Japan in May. So what is that, like February, March, April? Oh, it's probably time for Japan then after Thailand, yeah.
Very good.
And then I don't know what. I'd love to go to India. Probably not going to go to Iran. Because I'll never get into America again. And that could be a problem. And then I'm going to spend next summer in Italy training with Paolo Balafio sensei.
So you're back in Europe by next summer?
You can come visit me.
Yeah,
Go to Gaeta.
They haven't invited me back. We'll keep it light, won't you?
They wouldn't have invited you by now, though. They usually get the invite in like...
No, they're not.
Oh no! Bastards! Bastards! These
That's not to say that they won't in the future, so not bastards!
Spaghetti munching bastards! I know. We love Gaeta.
Great.
That's brilliant.
That's the bones of the plan.
So we're gonna kind of periodically pop into your life via Zoom.
Whenever you have Wi-Fi.
There might be a dark munch within Peru.
Well, I've been told if you hike up the hill near the farm in Peru, there's a signal up there. So I might go to...
When the big satellite phone's like...
I'll just be training up there and it'll be like, ring, ring, oh, hello, sensei, oh gosh, I'm just training. What is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, training in the jungle, trying not to get bit by too many things. Too many parasites.
Say that would be a fucking nightmare, man. You see the flies that like lay eggs in your arms, you have to kill them.
Oh, the what are they called? Bot flies.
Yeah.
The larvae. And apart, if you're in Peru, if you're in the jungle, you just get bot flies. And then you'll go to someone who knows how to tweeze them out. But you have to wait for them to grow. And when they start wiggling,
that's when
you feel them wiggling, you're like, up, go to the man, he opens it up a little bit and...
Wow.
Bot fly there.
Could be in your brain.
Probably
Like that poor lady in Australia. Did you not see that?
No.
A 10-inch worm, was it? 10 centimetre worm? Pulled out a living 10-inch, like squiggly. She had kind of memory loss and diarrhea, and they went, "What is this?" Couldn't figure it out for 2 years, and then did an MRI of a brain. Oh, there's some dead matter kind of blood. We need to kind of investigate. Opened her head up, and something wiggled.
That's something alien.
Imagine being a surgeon and the hop you'd get when you see someone wiggling out of someone's brain. I'd jump across the room.
That is manky.
Yeah.
Woo!
I enjoy that.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy Peru.
Yeah, I will. No, I'll be training and I'll be working and I'll be swimming in the creeks and exploring. I'm actually going to be
Don't pee in the creeks, man, because you've got the fish that
swim up your willy. So I was trying to decide between two different farms to volunteer at in Peru. One of them had a lot more reviews on workaway.info, great website. But one of them had fewer reviews, but it's actually by the Amazon River. And I'm like, if I'm ticking stuff off the bucket list, it has to be a boat ride on the Amazon, right? So, yeah.
What do you have to do on the farm?
I don't know yet. They're always building stuff. They're trying to build an eco lodge. Keelan Sensei, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, introducing
the replacement.
Introducing
out with the old and with the
third dan
younger looking model.
Current HTKI Grand Champion. Do we call him Grand Champion?
No, what? Is it?
Hell of a guy. My replacement. Yeah. Anyway, what was the question?
What are you doing on the farm?
Oh yeah, probably building huts. They're making an eco lodge, so they can invite tourists to experience the jungle. But they also have a farm. They have like a banana plantation because they live, self-sufficiently. And it's really near to a little village, and you can go play volleyball with the natives and do a language exchange and shit like that. So.
Cool.
Great.
So, who are you looking forward to training with the most?
I don't know, because I'm looking forward to different stuff for different reasons.
Well, what are you looking forward to and why?
Okay, I'm looking forward to training with Richard Amos Sensei because you never know what you're gonna get. Like it's like a roll of the dice, you know. And it's always intense, and it is also always enlightening. Like he's always got something.
Yeah.
And it'll be different to what I'm used to because I haven't trained with him in years and years. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And then looking forward to visiting HDKI America because they're all just beautiful people. and I've never met Roberto Sensei. I've heard so much about him, and never met Denise, and yada yada yada. And then looking forward to training with Steve Ubel Sensei, because he's just, like you said before, the beacon on the hill. He's just amazing to watch, and maybe I'll learn something. I don't know. I feel like it just goes over my head, because he'll try and get you to do something, but maybe won't label. Maybe it's your own responsibility to go and do the work then and try and learn how to do it. So that's going to be a bit of a bit of a task. That's going to be hard work. Then looking forward to Buenos Aires, because I don't know what to expect at all. Actually, I don't know anything about them. I don't know if I'll be. I don't mind saying this on the podcast. I don't know if I'll be training or teaching or what. But we'll see what happens. That's one of the reasons I want to do this trip, because I want to have that feeling when you wake up and you don't know what's going to happen that day, or who you're going to meet and what's going to. So then, training with Felipe is always just a blast.
He's got some good guys as well.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
Fight the Brazilians.
You'll be turned into a pretzel before you We're doing karate!
You think you're having a bit of a party?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. When I say going to fight, it's like I'm looking forward to beating people up. I love getting beat up. I love the feeling of getting knocked around. Anyway, then not in a kinky way.
Is that where you went with that?
I just giggled at me.
And what's after that? Oh yeah, and then there's 2 other bits of training I'm really looking forward to. I've done a little bit of Muay Thai, but not intensely. And I know when I'm in Thailand, I'm going to feel like a complete beginner. Recently, I did a session with my brother, Jordan, who does a fair bit of Muay Thai. And it was like, you can't stand like that. And I was like, surely I can use my stance. And he's like, nope, they won't let you. You'll have to stand the right way, or they won't teach you anything. Oh, really? And then I was like, okay, a bit of this, because I'd done a bit of boxing with Ross, and it was like, no, this, because if you're like that, you're going to get clinched too easy. So everything I'm used to has to go out the window. So I'm going to feel like a complete beginner. So 2 months of really hard training and just like being put back to one.
So is that all arranged?
No, but it's really easy. When you get to Thailand, there are thousands of gyms that want your money.
You're not going to see Rui guy, whatever his name is.
Oh, Trainer Guy. I am, yeah. Well, I'm going to try and find him. I know what gym he works at, but he also does international seminars all the time, so he might not be home. But that's in Bangkok.
I checked out his website, and it's literally just like book a session.
Yeah,
it's very easy.
Yeah. He had a video of him on this morning with some girl. It was like really tough, and he was just doing these like woo, and like I don't know, whatever it was, 2 minutes, and she was fucked.
It was great. He's getting to kick the pads full power, maybe 20 times, and then the last one he just tweaks it.
It's got such amazing timing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So Trainer D, I'm going to try and bet my best to meet him, but I'm not going to stay in Bangkok because it's expensive. I'm going to go visit a city called Chiang Mai, which is really, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, really far inland, but it's cheaper to stay, it's cheaper to train, and I've no doubt the Muay Thai is of good quality. And sure, I'm a beginner, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
And you should hook up with Ekapol.
Oh yeah. Is he in Phuket or Bangkok?
I think he's in Bangkok.
Okay, I will. Yeah, a bit of karate.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, Paolo Sensei in Italy. So I'm just going to go and try and absorb. He's really patient, he's a great teacher, so I've no doubt I'll learn lots, but that's the last month and a half or 2 months of my trip. Summertime in Italy.
So you're going to be back here a year from now?
I don't know, it's hard to... well, probably after Japan, I want to go to India if I've got any fucking money left. I want to go to India, so it'll be like May in Japan, June in India, July and August in Italy, something like that. I don't even know if there's flights. I can try some more yoga with the Bushido guys and oh, in India?
Yeah, I guess
I'd love
it's
that.
And go to Nagpur. Nagpur's amazing, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And there you go, that's it.
And then you're going to come back and take over.
I'm going to come right back. I'm going to come right back and enter the HDKI International Cup. And take Keelan's crown. I just told you.
You can fight for his dojo in your van.
My van is sold. Sold to a very nice Spanish man who lives in Limerick. Oh man, it was such a stress because I've been dying to sell that. I had a van. People don't know anything about this. I was renting.
So Rue has this thing where we'll be having breakfast after training, and then you have an idea and you share it with the group, and we'll either go, "That's a really good idea," or we'll berate him and make fun of him.
Very rarely do we get.
We'll berate him and make fun of him until he sees sense. He didn't tell us about this one.
His opening line was, "You know how I've always wanted."
I've always wanted a boat. I was like,
What?
People aren't going to get this. It's going to take way too long.
he wanted to sail around the world initially.
Yes.
No, he wants to live on a boat because you can afford a house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was gonna beat the system. I was gonna be smart. I was like, the rental situation in Dublin is crazy. You can't afford anything if you're paying rent. It's just pissing money away. I'll buy a boat. I was gonna buy a boat, live on the boat. Turns out staying on a marina costs just as much as living in an apartment.
Without, heating or...
And I only kind of sussed all that out after I'd borrowed a lot of money from the bank. So then I have to fucking do something with this money now. I could have just given it back, I suppose, but I was like, no. I'll buy a van. #van life. I'm going to convert my van into a motorhome. I'm going to live in it. I'm going to save all my money that way. I'm going to pay off my loan and save my money, and then I'm going to do my world trip. Didn't quite work out that way because there was nowhere for me to work, to do the construction, to make the van, because I live in Dublin. Also, paying back the loan meant I needed more money.
And you couldn't drive it, to be fair.
Well, not legally, no. So then I had to take gigs. I had to start gigging on the weekends, and then I was tired all the time. I had no free time. Blah de blah de blah de blah. I spent the summer renovating the van.
You cut 3 holes in it.
No, I did
That's not renovating.
Oh no, so much work. Oh god. And I was doing a really good job too.
See, when you showed us it when we came to your house, and you opened the back of it, and I looked and I was like... There's a lot of work for
very little.
For not much gain.
I'm really glad I was on my first glass of wine, because any more I would have told you exactly what I thought.
I had done a lot of work. Okay, I know it didn't look like it, but anyway.
Some small schmuck from like Limerick bought it from me.
He wasn't some schmuck. He fucking drove a hard bargain.
Yeah, he's list, didn't he?
He
did he jump on it?
He did everything.
Did he jump on the back of it?
Yeah, he did everything. He did that, as well as he had bought his own little Bluetooth device for plugging into the CPU of the van to check for any faults and all this shit. Spent 3 hours going through it, and I was so annoyed and also very hungry. And he wouldn't fuck off and buy the van. But then he did eventually, and I lost a lot of money. But it was enough to pay off the loan, and now I'm free.
Did he buy all the extra bits of it?
Yeah, he bought everything. Yeah. He got everything. The fucker. All the conversion equipment, the heater, the battery, he got everything.
Well, let that be a lesson.
You know what? He got everything but the spare tire. Somehow I lost the spare tire. It came with a spare tire, and I don't know where the fuck it was. So he was like, "Where is it?" I was like, "I think I lost it." So I was to take it without it. Anybody want to buy a tire?
So you're heading to New York on Friday, and do you have, like, when you are, like, you've got these places that you're going to teach at, places you're going to train at. You're going to be training in New York with Richard Sensei. Do you have any sort of set goals for your travels in terms of training? Like, you're training with these people, are you just going with like empty vessel, fill it up with knowledge, or are you wanting to like attain something with each sensei that you're training with, or each like instructor that you're training with?
Jesus, I hadn't thought about that, so no. But now that you
I'm going to travel the world, train with all these people. Why?
That seems like something to do.
Wait, you mean like? Do you mean like?
Because obviously each sensei has their own expertise, their own style about them and stuff. So is it not something when you look at Richard Sensei's karate, you go, I love the way he does this. That's what I want to get out of my 3 weeks in New York.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I know a thing or two.
Definitely. One of those things.
Wait, was that not a general question?
That was is there anything specifically? For sure.
Well, it's to learn from Richard Sensei. That's it. Why do you want to go and train with Richard Sensei? To learn from him. I'm sure just being in class with him will be enough. There'll be something for me to learn. But is there anything I specifically want to learn? Like, I want to learn to punch like him. I want to learn to do my stances like him. I don't know, little specific things like that. No. I just want to be there and soak it up. But yeah, I think if I went with something specific that I wanted to learn, it might get in the way of something else that maybe he wanted to teach me, or that he wanted to teach on that day in class. So I'm going with an open mind.
Cool. Fair enough.
Girls' heads nodding.
Got out of that one, didn't you? And then when it's all done, what are you going to do?
Win the HDKI International Cup. And then start my dojo. So I'll be coming back in September. So what I thought I might do is while I'm in Italy, take a couple of weeks and actually visit home and suss out some venues in the west of Ireland to start my dojo in. Quickly as I can, arrange things, book slots for September, go back to Italy to continue my training, and whilst there, begin advertising. Probably borrow some money from Manny to fund the advertising. And yeah, get my start, and it'll be hit the ground running. I'll have to land in Shannon or Dublin or whatever, head out to Galway. Probably stay with my friend Ryan initially because he lives out there. Find a place to stay, start teaching. Probably
so it's going to be Galway. It's definitely going to be Galway, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this stage. Yeah.
Is that far enough? Okay.
That's enough.
Sligo Town is a good 40 minutes from Tubbercurry, by the way, and Charlestown.
We're getting closer.
Oh, yeah, we're expanding. Yeah, Galway will do me. Yeah.
Cool.
Loughrea is ideally where I'd like to live, but it's a big county, but whatever. Yeah. Probably teaching close enough to Galway town, probably in the surrounding areas, but also Loughrea, it's a lovely town. And my goddaughter lives in Loughrea, so I have to be there. I have to be there. She's counting on me. So I'm taking it seriously.
We need to show the way.
Yeah.
Cheesy, queasy stuff.
No, so actually I'm not a godfather.
Oh.
I'm a guide parent. Because it's what do you call it? What do you call it when it's not religious? Sectarian.
What's that? Sectarian?
No. That's the other.
You're a decoupler.
That's when you persecute somebody for their religion. It's not that. It's
humanist.
Huh?
Humanist. That's an style.
No. Whatever.
Non-denominational?
No. It's just a non-religious thing.
Non-committal?
It's so you, instead of being a godparent, instead of having a godchild, you're a guide parent.
Okay.
And you're just an honorary kind. You have an honorary kind of role in the child's life.
Uncle Ruth.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Ruth. That's what I would call it. Guide parent. Christ, you might imagine being guided by Ruth.
Misguided parents.
So start my dojo in the west of Ireland and probably get a few gigs as well, keep some extra cash coming in, and then buy a bit of land and build my...
Settle down and get married.
Oh yeah, settle down and get married, buy a couple of puppies, build a house, and then build a dojo as well. So I've got a vision for a nice bit of land in the country, not too far from, some kind of urban centre so that you can get people coming to your dojo, obviously. But I want a traditional Japanese wooden kind of dojo on stilts. I don't know, we'll discuss planning permission later, we'll get to that. They have stuff on stilts in Japan, don't they?
Really?
Okay, never mind. Mine's gonna have stilts. I've never been to Japan. And dormitories for retreats and summer camps and stuff.
Cool. Surfing camp.
Surf and train.
Great, well.
It's an exciting year ahead.
Oh god, yeah.
How far do you think he gets before he dies?
I think we'll see him back here next week.
Yeah.
Looking for his passport.
Already lost. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, we got it all summed up. How long was that? Nobody's timing.
Yeah, I think
How are you anyway?
Great.
No news.
No news. No news.
Okay. Well, I suppose there's no.
This is like an episode 0 of
Yeah.
Karate Adventures podcast.
Yeah. The pre, what is it called? Prequel.
Prologue.
Prologue.
Okay. So there's no traditional failures, last thoughts.
I think it would be quite nice to hear a fail of the month or whatever long we do it. What is he?
Yeah.
You know, did
Oh,
he
there'll be
get
something.
mugged in the Bronx after he straight away after his mugged in the Bronx, fucking attacked by an uncontacted tribe and the Amazon fucking arrows coming flying out.
You go back to Galway and teach knife defense and bow and arrow defense and spears.
It's all the
I
same.
can imagine him going I'm just going out for a walk, then coming back, rags on a plank of wood with his guitar as coming down the river like, Jesus Christ. After just a couple hours.
I'm not taking my guitar to Peru. My guitar. Wee Sarah is going to visit me in California, and she's taking my guitar home because you can't go to the zone with the guitar.
Sarah.
We haven't talked about this.
Sarah's lovely.
She's lovely.
She's great, isn't she?
We always knew you'd meet someone just before you left.
Yeah, I know. Anytime I had a date, Scott was like, "Don't fucking go falling in love now because you're going away," and I'm like, "I know, it's just a date," and then I'm like, it's going really well. Yeah. Shout out to Wee Sarah.
So she's going to meet you in California.
Yeah, she's going to come meet me in California. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And Japan as well.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Wow,
You should come to Japan, man.
Let's go.
You've got no money.
I can never have any money, but it doesn't stop me from
Keelan's got loads of money. You'll come to Japan. The country lads always have loads of money. He probably has 100
do that.
acres of land. He hasn't told us about.
Keep sponsorship.
The interest dying to go to Japan, so maybe.
She can go to see you in Italy, surely.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she'll hardly know I'm gone.
Yeah.
To be Saki.
Yeah. I'll have to meet this fucker again. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So yeah.
Okay. Well, should we call it? We should draw a line under it there because we want to. Next time we'll have an exciting.
All about training
Story
with
about
Richard Sensei.
Richard, yeah, so-
Doing Tai Chi in the park. Oh, there's a Tai Chi teacher in New York I'm going to visit as well. I have to send him a message.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
He trains in the park. In like Harlem.
Just rock up and bow and have a wee gift for him and be like, "Will you teach me Tai Chi?" In Harlem? Christ, you're going to die. You wave at the wrong person and get a fucking bullet in the head.
A bit of one-on-one.
What a fucking dungarees, fucking.
What you don't know about me, Ross, is I'm savage at basketball. I've been keeping that on the lowdown for 8 years.
Oh, man.
Remember when we were in Sarasota and you're like, oh yeah, I'll walk, I'll walk. And he's walking along and there's like flashing lights and police car. I can see him walking along and you're right, yeah. You know you've just passed a murder scene. What? Like body, like he's like, oh no.
You know Forrest Gump? He was fine.
He's also fictional.
He's also a ping pong champion, man.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't have his running legs.
I'm a harmonica champion.
Harmonica champion.
I'm the best harmonica player in Ireland. Second best.
Better than Bob Dylan.
Better than first, but she can't play harmonica for shit. I'm telling you. I say that at my gigs all the time. I'm like, anybody here knows any harmonica players? Send them to me, and we will battle it out. Because I'm pretty sure.
Like Public Enemy challenging any DJs in the crowd to go up against them.
Like the Gracie's Open Challenge, you know, they fight
It's
anyone.
not really though, is it? It's like, if you know any tiddlywink champions, send them to me, I'll beat them. And he's like a harmonica.
Yeah, well, so far I'm unbeaten. Because nobody's come to challenge me yet.
Harmonica is a musical instrument that has asthma. It's like, every time you play it.
Really?
What other musical instrument do you play breathing in?
Fuck, that's a good question. I don't think any.
Stick with me!
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, we'll see you in York.
We'll come back with either another exciting episode or a very sad news.
Funeral notice.
Watch for updates. In loving memory of. Okay.
Us.
Right.
Good
See
luck,
you, York.
man. Good luck. It's been a pleasure knowing you.